momentum, it's the halving cycle, it's the ETF, which, BlackRock will get approved. I'm doubtful that they will get approval. I think BlackRock will get it. And I think that's going to bring tens, probably hundreds of billions of dollars into Bitcoin. And some of that's going to flow down into other coins as well.
Hey guys, welcome back to Everyday Finance. In this video, Yusko discuss about Bitcoin, ETF approval, gold, and crypto. According to Mark Yusko believe momentum is to blame. The HAB cycle is at. You are familiar with the ETF as BlackRock will be accepted. You are aware of the day Mark Yusko cannot precisely tell you, but they're going to be accepted regardless of whether others do, since Mark Yusko have fragments of two of them. Mark Yusko hope that the businesses that are in front of them in line. But Mark Yusko say, I don't think they will obtain consent. I believe BlackRock will it, and Mark Yusko believe that will result in hundreds or perhaps thousands of billions of dollars into Bitcoin, with a portion of those descending into additional coins as well, and lots of things Mark Yusko discuss, so please watch the video to end, and like, share, subscribe our channel Everyday Finance. Thanks.
I don't know that it's driving the crypto market. Stablecoins are here to stay. We are going to move to a digital world, whether the incumbents, financial services companies like it or not. Name a technology that came along that got critical mass that went away, right? Horse and buggy manufacturers didn't really like the automobile. The train companies don't really like airplanes. But I didn't take a horse and buggy or a train yesterday when I flew to New York. I flew on an airplane. So this isn't as inevitable as the internet. Phone companies didn't like the internet. They tried to pass laws to make it illegal. Imagine that. And Al Gore killed that bill. So he didn't invent the internet, but he certainly helped it. And look, stablecoins are a great way of transferring value quickly, efficiently, and without worrying about market price. And I don't know if you've ever thought about this. And, I think about it from time to time. Banks are closed more hours than they're open. The markets are closed more hours than they're open. And digital assets never sleep. I could transfer you USDC right now if I wanted to, if I could get to my phone, but I'm using my phone since I forgot my computer today. But so I don't know. It's a long-winded way of saying I don't think stablecoins are the real reason we're seeing some pretty meaningful pumps in a number of coins. I think it's momentum, it's the halving cycle, it's the ETF, which BlackRock will get approved. Which day, I can't tell you exactly, but they're going to get approved. Whether anyone else does, I hope so, since I own pieces of two of the companies that are ahead of them in line. But I'm doubtful that they will get approval. I think BlackRock will get it. And I think that's going to bring tens, probably hundreds of billions of dollars into Bitcoin. And some of that's going to flow down into other coins as well. Oh, well, look, the incumbents would love if the world went to CBDCs. There was a big announcement this morning that Apollo and a bunch of others are doing this thing to help with the asset management business with JP Morgan and Avalanche. And okay, great, but that's a private chain. JP Morgan would love you to use a private chain. CBDCs, the reason I don't mention CBDCs is I think they're pure evil. I think they're one of the most heinous things you can imagine.
Mark Yusko believe that fiat appears to be here to stay. Mark Yusko think it will finally go overnight removed. You understand? We've only had one money for 5 millennia. Money has been an asset that exists if there is no obligation. Yes, gold has historically been used as money of human history, and the only one that anything of which you can swallow 1 ounce from the era of Cleopatra to an armored suit to Sao Rowe in a zoot outfit from the 1920s now. You trade that ounce for, you receive a lovely outfit. It's been an ideal value store among them. Have been 775 paper money notes, various types of nations from all throughout the world. Over the 3/4 of the millennia no longer exist. Every other one is down 797 to 99.99999%, and they'll all eventually reach zero due to governments are unable to assist themselves. Simply spend their time traveling to oblivion, and their currencies must be depreciated since there is no other option. Therefore, the intriguing aspect is digital assets. Consider Bitcoin. It's a digital currency gold. The stock is equally hard to come by, ratio is excellent, and there's more divided and more transportable. Mark Yusko think is the basic layer. It will take the place of gold, rests on top of all money. Central banks issue loans and possess gold issue money in addition, and that's how the world functions Bitcoin. Mark Yusko say, in my opinion, substitutes that fiat won't collapse in the absence of a struggle to the extent that they will attempt to digitize and create it centralized, yet the central contrary to our shared desire, which is decentralized, and our future home will be the world of the future is decentralized. Let's back to the Mark Yusko interview.
I'm taking full credit, 100% credit. I made this happen. So in September, early September, I made a comment on a show that Solana had vaporized transactions during the last cycle. Oh my God, the community went ballistic. They were so mad. Like, we never rolled back transactions. I said, I never said you rolled back transactions. I said, because of outages in the protocol, the transactions went into the ether and never got settled. And unless you entered that transaction, it never happened. Now, a couple people actually were positive and said, hey, let us help you understand this. This guy, Happy Pirate from the Netherlands, sat me down on a Zoom and walked me through all the changes that they've made. And so on September 22nd, literally almost to the day of the bottom at just under $20, I said, you know what? I've changed my mind. These guys have convinced me that there's something going on here, and it's gone to 60 since then. So I'm definitely taking full credit.
We're going to quote you on that one. We're going to quote you on that one, Mark.
Just kidding around. But no, what I think is happening is a couple things. One, they did fix some of the problems, so that's a positive. Two, we had Breakpoint, and Breakpoint is always a pump fest, so that certainly is part of it. Three, we didn't see the FTX cash get sold. You know, the bankruptcy trustee had threatened to sell all their Solana, and they haven't done that yet. That will put some pressure on at some point. And then actually, there's some building going on. You know, one of the things that I love about right now is I've been to a bunch of events. I went to Permissionless, the ETH event, and I went to Bitcoin event, and I went to a Filecoin event, and they're down 80, 90% in terms of people. But the people who are left are the builders. So the speculators are gone, the gamblers are gone, the crypto bros and gals are gone. And what we have left are people who are building real things. That's super exciting. And if you think about history, the great companies are built in bear markets. They're not built in bull markets because capital flows too freely. You think about Breakpoint 2 years ago at 21, right? $1 million after parties and the price at $260. That was the peak, right? When you're spending $1 million on an after party, bad things happen after that. So when you have a nice, I went to a party at Bitcoin Miami this past year, and it was at a little taco shop after, renting out a big mansion on the water 2 years ago. So when you're down to that level, good things happen. Frugality.
All right, Mark, we do got to wrap it here, but I spoke over Lawrence, and he was asking if you got any Solana bags.
I have to admit, we sold most of our Solana. We were very early investors, and I give Kyle all the credit. We invested in Multicoin, and they bought us a bunch of Solana. And so we probably one of the best investments I've ever had in my career on a multiple basis. I think we made about 1,000 times our money. But we did sell most of it, but we still have a decent amount, and probably hold it for a while.
What Mark Yusko adore about this moment is that Mark Yusko attended a series of events with permission. As you are aware, Mark Yusko attended to a Bitcoin event as well, as they're down 80. 90% at the Filecoin event in terms of individuals, but those who only the builders remain. So the speculators have vanished. The individuals who bet are abandoned. The cryptocurrency gone are the boys and girls. And those that remain are those who are building fantastic, actual things, fascinating. Because if you consider the great companies have their roots in history, bull markets aren't designed for naked markets due to excessively unfettered capital flows. If you learned something from this video, then please like this video and subscribe our channel Everyday Finance, and we will meet in next video. Thanks.